Hi, my name's Patrick Bray. I was a former TGS sixth form student, and this is just a really short summary video from a talk I gave back in February 2022. So, as I mentioned, was back at sixth form 2014-2016, did a sort of a range of A levels there and BTECs, and really enjoyed my time. Don't have many photos of it, sadly, but it really sort of set the foundations for where I wanted to go next. And I really, as a lot of people do, didn't really know what was coming next. But hopefully over the next few slides, I sort of give an indication of how my thought process played out. So left there, as I mentioned, didn't really know. Went into sailing, worked for a range of sort of international professional teams. Both, as a sailor, was involved in coaching, in the Invictus Games, Sail GP, Volvo Ocean Race, worked for the RYA, and all sort of things water sports related. I got involved with, and I was really, really lucky to have those opportunities to take me sort of all over the world, really, and that was really positive. And now, luckily, that's fallen into a job for me. I'm a coach for the British Keelboat Academy. And that role was developed through me working and being involved in those environments. So that time was absolutely key, for me investing in that. But also it taught me a lot about the wider world and how, sport and exercise and health environment works. And I knew that was where my interest lied. I was really lucky to have supportive people around me at that time, helping me get through all these different sort of jobs and teams and tasks. But ultimately, I knew that I wanted to go back to education and build on my enjoyment for sport and exercise. So that took me back to university. So I went to Chichester, which is on the south coast, just next to Portsmouth, and went there for 3 years. Linked in with a sailing pathway with British sailing, given my background, but ultimately a lot of the work I did was not sailing related, and it was very sort of applied sports science, team sports, swimming, gymnastics, horse riding, anything like that. So it was really, really varied, and from a performance point of view, that was really good in building my experience across different sports and different teams in different settings. And away from the academic side, I think it really, really helped me develop my ability to look after myself as well, and also, understand that the wider world is out there, and there's more than just sort of living in my little sort of sailing bubble. Met some really, really good people, had some of the best times and some really challenging times as well, but that's all part of the process. And I think this is me applying that to university, but that you can apply that to anything. If you want to go off and do an apprenticeship, if you want to go into your dream job, or you do want to go into uni and not to sport, a different subject area, then it's absolutely so much more than just the academic skills or content that you're taught. It's far broader than that, and it sets you up, I think, really, really well with a good set of skills to take forward into whatever you want to move into next. So for me, I had really enjoyed physiology and health and performance and exercise, that sort of thing. So I've stayed on to do a master's in sport and exercise nutrition, and within that, really, really fortunate and had some really good opportunities. One, to keep working in sailing, alongside a coaching role and an exercise role, but also I really, really enjoy that extreme environments occupational work. So working with athletes going to do the Marathon des Sables, really tough event, 250 kilometers in 7 days across the desert, in some challenging environments, and also work with the MOD, things like Cambrian Patrol and projects they've got running with the Army and various organisations there. And that's really, I find that really fulfilling and really beneficial, and really good at bringing those skills I've built on for 3 or 4 years together into an applied setting. And again, it's allowed me to actually build on all the softer skills I learned whilst I was away in sailing, not at uni, in terms of how I communicate with different people and integrate with different teams. Basic things like packing for traveling and ensuring you're turning up on time with all your right equipment in the right order in the right place, and all those things. No one necessarily teaches you, but through those experiences you just develop. And again, like I said, that's applied to anything from university, whatever the subject, to jobs, to apprenticeships, to trade roles, whatever you want to go into. I think you can take the wider skills that you're all building already, and apply those in any setting. So I ended last time just on my sort of four pillars that I thought it came down to, and that I know are part of the TGS sort of values that you hold there. So the first one, I think, if you put your hopes, your goals, and your dreams in the centre, on the top left, you've got honesty. Okay, and that's really, really important. I think that you're honest, one, with those around you, but also honest with yourself in terms of what you want and what you enjoy and where you want to be. And I am absolutely no one to preach to anyone about what I think is the best way to go about things, but that's just what I found, is that once I sort of started looking and thinking what I actually did enjoy and what I liked doing, then it became much easier to plot the path of where I want to get to with work. And next, there you have confidence. So you got to have confidence in yourself and in your own ability, and you got to take that from all the really positive experiences that you guys have all had already. And we have to have confidence in giving advice to people that are in extremely challenging environments, because that's going to stop them getting heat stroke or dehydration and potentially life-threatening scenarios there. So we have to have confidence in ourselves, but people have confidence in you and around you, then the working environment is so much better. And just down on the bottom left there, resilience. So really, really, we've all become experts in that, and we can all take that and build on that moving forward, in any job we do, in any role we go into. There's always going to be good and bad days, as ever, as there is just in life every day. So I think we take that through, use that as a really strong driving force to get us to where we want to go there in the centre. And then finally, just positivity. And I think I found that really difficult. People that know me will tell you that. But I learned that from the positive people around me. I found really, really helped me get through different situations and different days. And I thought I really enjoy being around those people. So now I look at it as if if I can bring a little bit of that and be that person sometimes, that's gonna help other people get through if they're having a bit of a tough time of it. So yeah, I think with those four, you're setting yourself up pretty well to achieve anything that you want to in the middle there. And like I said, I'm absolutely no one to preach these things at all, but for me going forward, I would always try and use these four pillars to get where I want to go. So lastly, I just want to say thank you very much for having me back in February. It was really, really good to speak to you all, and I wish you the best of luck going forward.